All right. Well, I was not ready. All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Inktober. Today is October 9th. So we are on day 9 of the challenge. So far, so good. Been keeping up. It's pretty tough to keep up, but we've been doing okay. So let's check out what the Inktober challenge is. This is a photograph of the map challenge that I did. As you can see, the map is in the monkey's hand. Skeleton monkey over the deck of a pirate ship. I really like this piece overall. The angle is pretty difficult. But that's enough about this. Let's move straight into what we're doing. Oh, rules and prompts of Inktober. Stop trying to get me to sign up for your newsletter. I'm not ready. So we've done dream, we've done spider, we've done path, we've done dodge, we've done map, we've done golden, we've done drip, and we finished toad. I just finished toad today. And now we are going to do bounce. So bounce is the word of today, and that's our plan. All right. So let's check out what we did complete yesterday or earlier today. So yesterday was the word was toad, as you can see from our list here. I have too many things on my desk like usual. All right, let's jump over into the studio and I can show you the studio view. It still looks much darker than I'd like it to be. I don't understand. I gotta really figure out my settings. But sorry if it's dark. I don't know what's going on, but we'll take a look anyways. So here's our, I just needed a white piece of paper to put down there. The green just soaks up all the light. Here's our image from yesterday. This was toad. I had my post-it right here. So let me start over. This is the image from yesterday. Our goal was to show the word toad. So of course I used the Super Mario Toad in there, and then I put it in the background of the desert world in Mario. I also put Hypnotoad in the middle, being carried by our hypnotized zombie toads. There's the Futurama ship that's leaving up here. And in the front, I know, it kind of looks like one of the guys from Toy Story, but it's not. This is the back of Nibbler's head, and he's holding a knife, and he's holding a spoon. Of course, I didn't quite get enough time to line everything in and darken the stuff that is closer to us, which really is what I need to do. Plus, I need to color Nibbler black, but I want to figure out how to put the shading in him first before I just make him all black. Otherwise, he's not going to look like much. But I think I can go, just viewing this picture from a digital point in the monitor, it looks like I can go much darker with these lines, because this line even fights it, and that's not supposed to fight this image. Anyways, this one was fun, but we're all finished with that one, so let's get on to the next one and do that. All right. I was smart today. I brought my tape over here. 9 days in. 8 days in. 9 days in. Oh, okay, so bounce. What are we going to do for bounce? There's a lot of different ideas that I've kind of rolled around in my head for the last 2.5 to 3 minutes. Actually, I finished this drawing and putting the rest of the ink in like probably 23 minutes before this stream started, so we're doing some back-to-back drawing today, as well as trying to get videos compiled and other things. But if I want to draw pretty little pictures, this is the road to doing that, I feel. So, working towards a goal. Anyways, we're all done with this. Let's get out our normal folder, put things away, so we can put toad away. We're going to write out today's new title, which today we are doing bounce. Bounce. We'll be rolling for, this goes height and width, right? Yep. Height and width. Okay. I know I promised that we'd start doing some new stuff, but I'm not quite ready for that yet. So let's just continue on with our dice. Let's roll. 6 for height. Let's not do another 6 by 6. All right, and the next one. Give me a good number. 6 by 10. Okay. 6 by 10. Well, it doesn't look like we can use an old piece of paper because that one's 5.5 by 9, so we're gonna have to use a new piece. And that's okay. We just try to conserve as much paper as we can here on this channel because we're green. No, because we're poor. Let me take a second to maybe take the cushion out from my chair. Ooh, it's much harsher to sit on, but less noisy, and that's okay. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Okay, I'm all out of sorts today. First things first is we need to move our platform back, and we're going to do this. Let's move that back there. Next thing is we need to cut our 10-inch piece. So let's start with the 10-inch side. Paper cutter down. Open. Try not to blast everyone's eardrums. I wonder if I just cut paper on live stream. Just like, people probably love it. It seems ridiculous. 10 by 6. But like just AMSR, just like all day long. And another strip. You don't even need to cut off that much. You could probably make a beat from it. Okay, getting tangent. Let's just stick to the task. All right, 6 by 10, and the word is bounce. So it gave me a short and very wide picture for something that needs to be, I feel, vertical. Luck of the draw. I was like, I brought my tape over, but it's too far for me to reach. It's exactly what we don't want to happen. All right. Just getting set up real quick. Don't cut your fingers. It's not what we want. 1, 2, and 2 super long pieces. 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. It is 8:15. Okay, so we hold about par with when we get started every time. It's about the same time. Okay, pencil. Here you are. Mr. Pencil. I can put away scissors. Just don't need that. Tape can go away. A mess is not something. Wow. Just as I say that, I take out half the studio. Problem is I don't have anywhere to put the tape. It doesn't have a space. Everything else has like a space where it goes. Okay, let's get started. Bounce. What am I going to do now that my space is limited? Well, what I am going to do is I'm going to draw a wider border on this one, just a little bit, not too much. There we go. And draw a line straight across. Oh, that's a terrible line. Okay, try that again. That was bad. Maybe that's not the best way to draw it. Maybe I have to pull the line. I'll probably need to pull the line. Problem is my shadow gets in the way and I can't see the shadow. Hardest problems. Okay. I was just like remembering a story about I was working at a customer's house doing light installation for a remodel, and I randomly drew on the piece of wall that we were going to cut out like happy birthday to or I didn't write happy birthday, did I? Or maybe I did. I think that's where it all started, where I drew like a star or something on the homeowner's house because we were going to remove the piece of drywall. It was like quick. And the homeowner came out and saw that I had drawn on the wall and was pretty excited, and then asked me to do a drawing on his wall for his niece's birthday that was supposed to happen at his house later that evening. Anyways, long story short, I ended up drawing instead of doing light installation for that entire time, which was probably not that good, come to think of it, but that's what they wanted. That's what I did. All right, what is next? There's our border. I was thinking pogo stick, but now, I mean, mass compression. Like, right? Pogo stick. Now they have like the compressed pogo sticks, no longer with the spring. But if we're going full compression all the way down, maybe we should look at what like a pogo stick actually looks like. Because this top tube is much wider on the top, I think. Because that shock has to go into it. But like, before I get too into drawing the pogo stick and where we're going with this, I should draw a background. I was also thinking a trampoline would be cool. But trampolines bounce. Can I just do like the easy bouncing animation? Can I turn today's illustration into an animation? Would that be okay? I could do that. I could do it. But I'm not going to. Alright. Let's draw our horizon line first. There we go. All right, yeah, let's take a look into pogo sticks real quick. Let's hop over to my desktop and let's go to good old Google. We're gonna go into pogo stick. Ooh, there's one on Amazon. Promotes growing taller. Pogo stick. Wow. Alright, so we got a foot, basically a basic foot pedal, 2 foot pedals, a stick, and a grip. This is the one I was more used to. The one that looks like a bike. It's the old school one. I think we probably had one of these. That's it. That's the vintage one. Excellent bounce. The spring's on the inside. Both coils coil over, which means you don't compress the string. Let's do something real quick. I just want to see if they have a pogo stick commercial. Hop mud. I'd like to see what it looks like compressed, because it doesn't show us what it looks like. So this is the one I was talking about. Sorry, I wasn't showing you guys the right screen. But I guess it stretches out the spring, and then that force propels you up. Yep. See, I did totally wrong. I would have drawn it wrong. Just don't have. Nope. Let's go pogo stick. And we're gonna do it. Try to get it in pre-bounce. So I want to watch a video of somebody pogoing. Oh my god. What are we watching? Here we go. Try to show you the hot rod. What? Why would you need a gas powered? That is insane. But I want to see how legs land. Oh, sorry. There's definitely. I don't want to see you fall. Their body looks pretty straight. They take a lot of impact. Yeah, they don't land bent at all. Maybe a little bit. Alright. So whoever we need needs a helmet. Alright, back to the studio. Let's get to drawing. I don't know if we're going to be able to draw that then. Because he's going to be standing. Okay. Can I just draw the bottom nub of a pogo stick and call it a day? Can I just draw a pogo stick left in someone's front yard? Laying down. It'd be harder to draw it laying down. I just don't know how to show bounce with no bounce. Impact. So should we put the person in the center? Are we putting a person? I feel like we could have a little bit of bounce. Hips. Maybe the hips are too low. We have the back, torso, chest, back down to the belly button or navel, shoulder blades, arms. We have the pogo stick, which looks like a motorcycle front end with a shock in between. With 2 pedals at the bottom. And so this version looks pretty cheap, and then it looks like it's got like some sort of, this is not drawn in any sort of proportion or anything. I just need to get some of the details down so I know what I'm working against, because that's way too If I put his chin back, it'll look like he's doing more of a flip, but his hand should be on the handlebars, I think. So there's a hand, there's a thumb. Probably coming around from the bottom, right? No, going down from the top, inside. No. How come I can't draw a hand right now? Because I'm not really needing to draw a hand, because nothing really goes here. It doesn't look right. The handles are just to hold on to. The bounce comes from hitting the ground as hard as possible and then letting it lift you. So you want to hit the ground fully extended, where there's much more. This thing is way down here. Okay. So like maximum extension. This is really crooked. So I'm going to have to redraw it, but we're just kind of sussing out what the action is going to be here and how this actual thing works. So he needs to be like stretched out almost as hard as he possibly can, putting all the weight on his heels. Okay. Now I should draw it symmetrical. I should draw another one up here, because there's probably friends bouncing. Okay. We know what needs to happen. We know where things kind of need to go. You can always draw the one where he's on the floor and the thing's hitting him in the head and his head's going backwards and there's teeth flying out of his mouth. You know? It's also very possible where this has lost control. floor. But at that point, like, I remember there's like a famous cartoon. You get hit with something like that, you get knocked off the ground. Oh, this one's not going to be pleasant. But it might be cool and something kind of hard to try, really. I've never tried to draw anyone flying backwards. I mean, it's going to be such a hard sell to try to get that look where he's falling backwards. Like this part, how do I... Like that goes into one bike handle. They come together in the middle somewhere here. I'm just checking, making sure that because the chat's blowing up, you know? Chat's always blowing up. And then you have this handlebar that comes out over here. You have this thing. Right? Then you would have kind of like the bottom foot pedals, like here. And you're going to be able to see those. Piston goes through here and is welded to something that cross beams up here. One hand grabbing onto this loosely. I don't know why I'm forcing myself to draw these extreme angles. They're really difficult to do. I guess if I'm going to force myself to do something I don't want, extreme angles is probably not the worst. But I don't know if I can hit this chin look. His mouth is open. Can't really see the top of his head. Mouth guard flying in the air. I mean, there's just so much force. way too many things going on right here. Looks like his foot right there. And here it ends. But then there's the square. It's like so not proportionate. In order for this to be what I want it to be, it's not going to fit on the page. We need something coming through that platform. Now that platform is going to be these should be straight too, huh? But it's coming out like that, unless the bars are crooked, meaning the whole thing would be crooked. So maybe I should straighten out the handlebars a little bit. No, that doesn't work either. So he needs to be really far back. And his hand should be almost like even with, because it's going to be as stretched out as can fix it and mold it a little bit later, but I know that there's got to be some sort of space here. Is this what I wanted to spend my time drawing? I guess. Like I said, I've never drawn anyone falling backwards. So this is pretty interesting. I don't hate it. Not super easy though. If his shirt's that far up, he's probably got some midriff exposure here. This side's down. This side's probably being like pulled way up. Maybe not that high. Maybe that was too aggressive. But we will definitely see more of him on this side. Well, if that's the case, if we put his foot back there, right, so it looks like he's fallen off. He's got one foot on. So I need to put that circle in the bottom of this square. But that square is not right. I have no focal point, which makes this hard. Okay, so here's the end for pieces of tubing. I need to attach the plate to the front of that. This is going circle that comes out of the bottom. Maybe that'll help. Maybe not. Maybe it's not crooked enough. And out of that bottom comes another little circle. And there lies our plunger. Which goes all the way through here into there. You're going to need a bunch of lines which will represent the spring. This I may as well just put it outside the frame. Don't understand this part right here. I need to draw a platform. feet was going to be an inch high. Maybe I need to try to angle it with. There's like a pedal. Okay, it's getting better. Still bad, because this angle needs to be like this, and this one needs to be closer to me. Eventually we'll get it. Alright, sorry. No chatting, I'm just really trying to figure out what's going wrong with all these lines. Why is the pogo stick all sorts of weird? It's going to be straight with whatever this is. Something like that. This is not what I thought I'd be drawing tonight. Even when I sat down to think about what I was going to draw, this wasn't it. You're going to see a lot of the bottom of this. Because you can see the bottom of that. Perspective is so off. Because I did my old fatal mistake, and that's always like starting to draw before I'm ready. looks like. I'm really more interested in capturing this movement right here. Although it would be nice if that was somewhat in good form. Should have one of his handlebar grips on. And the reason why this one is because this handlebar grip has come off. It's going to be smaller if he's throwing it behind him though. Handlebar has to be higher. So there's to it. Terrible. Terrible. We want a 2 flying out over here. The front tooth though. Front teeth aren't that exciting. What's in the background? Some bleachers. Maybe you're on a basketball court down in Venice. The block. They'll need to be the same size. Come on, guys. So here's a sidewalk. What is his hair doing? It's probably going back. And up. Like he's gone Super Saiyan. Like literally. I mean, that's what your hair would do. Like his shirt is kind of floating on him. Because he's going backwards. Okay, it's getting better. I want this to be like a molar, but I know it's not going to be. Because then you can at least tell what it is. But we'll get back to that in a second. All right. So I do want to put another step here. It ends. There's a sidewalk. Right? It goes like this. If I actually had drawn my perspective or figured out what I was drawing first, all this would be a lot easier. But since this idea kind of came out of the blue, because I was shortchanged with a little tiny the piece of paper just wasn't in the cards for what I needed to do. That's okay. We're still sculpting it. And you can sculpt while you draw. It's fine. It's part of the process. What I wanted was plan was I was going to put two cute girls sitting here. It's like the worst time you want to mess up a trick. But she's not even sitting. She's half sitting, just like standing. There's no body, just your heads. Gotta do torsos first. Pelvises, because they need to be sitting. That's the most important part. Maybe facing each other and bodies. It's because this bench isn't what we want it to be. You want her half covering your mouth. Like, holy smokes. Did he just get hit by... And this girl, she's slightly turned. Same expression. Something like that. She's like, oh my god, did you see that? Kid just knocked out all his teeth. He's probably put his phone here. Bottle of water. No time for like the little details. Just to fill it in. Just real quick, since we're here, let's split screen this. And nope. Oh, I know what split screen is. Here we go. That's what I was trying to draw. That little action back there. Venice Beach, there's a set of benches over here where you can sit. I always thought about skateboarding over there, but then realized there's plenty of places to skateboard. This place may not be one of them. So it's that set of benches. It's different than the first time. The first one's brick. So if he was down there, there would have been, there's like a basketball. So these girls are sitting here. It's fine. Is there a railing up? There's a railing up the side of this and on the back. Dang. So there's like Okay. It's like a railing. Let's draw the railing up here first. Oh man, was that off or was that off? Can't even use the bottom line. Right, so we get the idea. We're going to have bars back there. Like, I don't know where I'm getting this shape from, which kind of worries me. That's why I'm not like super attached to any of these. Because I don't think that they're correct in any form. If the horizon line is right there, then this one should come up to here. And that should be like the edge. You know what I'm saying? This would be the first one. Should make this one go, you know, up more. Who knew drawing 3 steps could be so difficult? Say the vanishing points are right here, right? My ruler's quite cumbersome and is very loud. So that one's correct. That one's pretty correct. Wow. This one, pretty good. And so I guess that just leaves us to this one might need to come out a little bit farther, I think, to really give it that depth. Still looks terrible. It's all good. We're gonna fix it with one swoop. There we go. I mean, if he's this close, he's not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to tell. that the basketball lines are anywhere near where they need to be. Does this come out one more? No, it can't. Okay, well, there's that. Lots of lines today, lots of detail, not much going anywhere. There's our loose grip. There's his foot that's gone awry. Uh-oh. What has happened? It's about this time every night that my computer gets a little bit weird. Was I switching in and out of scenes up there? I want to see it from okay, never mind. No. Kind of, but not really. I've been to that spot. This place, when it was still there back in the day. So palm trees for sure must go into this image. It's all the new skate park. The new skate park is cool too. Yeah. So palm trees for sure. There's these weird things that are out there. They usually have graffiti all over them. They look like giant lava lamps, but they're not. Sit on these weird concrete barriers things. I think these things are just a little bit longer. I was up there for Christmas of last year visiting one of my buddies who lives in Los Angeles. And there's like a big graffiti wall that runs along the beach, probably back here somewhere. And there's palm trees, but that thing looks dumb. You wouldn't even know what that is if you hadn't been to Venice. It's like sand. You're looking south from here. Can't remember. I have a video of the skate park. Could have put a basketball hoop right here. I feel like this piece of paper is just too short to do almost everything I need to do. Like the basketball hoop isn't going to be it's not going to be taller than he is, and he's on the court. So there's that. I'll just leave this in for now. Maybe I'll make it better. But then there's like a weaving path. But it's on the other side. And then there's a skate park up here. The original Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 had the secret spot in it. I see it from the beach. Doesn't it just look like a giant anthill? Put some palm trees. Palm trees in Venice are like crazy. They're like wind blown. They're all very open. Two trees out here in the back. Probably need to go down here, like so. You have some trees back here too. You have like shaggy fronds that go down here, and then like literally they look like peacocks. Like fronds flying all over the place. They kind of look round, which is weird. You want to draw them flat. Draw this one in front. Yeah. Should be in front, but should probably be just as tall. Close to being just as tall. It's like as big as one of these over here. Beatrons. Probably like volleyball courts. Put a volleyball net. Another person. Same look of disbelief on their face. Probably holding a ball in one hand. Standing here near the volleyball net. Another person looking on, same scared look. Alright, well, I feel like we've made a good start on this. Not too sure what's the next plan. I mean, I know what the next plan is. I need to finish this. And then once I finish it, I can ink it, and then I can continue on with my life. Move on to day 10. Can you believe it? We made it 10 days. I'm pretty excited. I wanted to quit on day 1. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Basketball has a line though right behind it, doesn't it? A white line. Or it'd be out. Trying to give it some more character. You know. Usually there's like a couple different basketball courts on one thing. I'll have to look at like exactly what's happening. I think that's a good start for where we want to be. And yeah. I'm going to let it sit and figure out some angles and take a couple looks at it and finish this up and have it done by tomorrow for tomorrow's episode. Let's take a look and see what we're in for tomorrow, just so we can get an extra look. So tomorrow we're doing fortune. Oh, fortune. Like good fortune, bad fortune, misfortune. We're going to do fortune tomorrow. I might try to put some shadow into this one, and I usually don't. But this one I actually do want to see if I can do like some shading behind him. It's hard to make this look like less of just a post in the ground. Give it some more detail, and then I think it should be good to go. Something like that. I'm probably gonna have to turn his that shirt a little bit. Or maybe just puff it out. I don't know. We'll have to see tomorrow when I get a little bit more detail done. Maybe fix his nose. It's like all cheek right there. Anyways, let's just do a quick zoom in so you can see what we're working with. See if the light will catch up to it. Nope, it's too dark still. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think I was ready to actually draw this today, but this seemed to be where it took us. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Happy Monday, and get ready for the rest of your week.